Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Leah Cowen, Vice President of Research and Innovation and Strategic Initiatives here at the University of Toronto. On behalf of the University of Toronto, I am delighted to extend a very special and warm welcome to the Honourable Chrystia Freeland. She is not only Canada's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, she is also the Member of Parliament for University Rosedale, which includes this campus. It is really fantastic to be here today for today's announcement that continues the federal government's commitment to amplifying the pan-Canadian AI strategy through critical investments for cutting-edge research, compute infrastructure, and support to grow Canada's economy through AI adoption. I also wish to welcome everyone to the Schwartz-Reisman Innovation Campus, which will officially open next month. This is a space that will turbocharge the next wave of innovation by creating opportunities for research, partnership, and idea sharing, and brilliant new enterprises. It is the home for the Vector Institute and anchors U of T's unique cluster of leading artificial intelligence experts, our world-class entrepreneurship network, and the country's largest concentration of student and faculty-led startups. It is fitting that today's announcement is in this space, filled with the fantastically talented people committed to leading Canada's innovative uses of AI to foster economic growth and improve the lives of Canadians. The landmark gift from Gerald Schwartz and Heather Reisman, which supported this building, also helped to create the Schwartz-Reisman Institute for Technology and Society, an interdisciplinary academic research institute focused on investigating the impact of technology on people's lives. Their research and innovation helps ensure powerful technologies like artificial intelligence serve the public good. Today's investments will further this work by allowing safe, trustworthy AI to flourish while protecting citizens and societies from harm. U of T is proud to be a leader in AI research and innovation. From the groundbreaking discoveries of deep learning pioneer, Professor Emeritus Geoffrey Hinton, to supporting our faculty, our students, and alumni as they create some of Canada's fastest growing companies like Wabi, Deep Genomics, Blue Jay Legal, Odaya, and Cohere, to watching the Acceleration Consortium continue their development of self-driving, artificial intelligence-guided robotic labs that will accelerate the discovery of advanced materials from decades to years. Today's investments will help drive forward discovery, help improve AI adoption by Canadian companies, and continue to foster an ethical approach to technology development that is guided by principles of equity, diversity, and inclusion, benefiting all segments of society. I know that I speak for all of us here at the University of Toronto when I say that I can't wait to see the exciting ways that researchers, trainees, businesses, and communities will innovate to harness the tremendous possibilities of AI to solve grand challenges, drive economic growth, and create a better future for all Canadians. Now, I hand it over to Tony Gaffney, President and CEO of the Vector Institute for Artificial Intelligence.
Thank you, Leah, and good afternoon. As Leah said, welcome to Vector Institute's remarkable new home. For those of you who may be less familiar with Vector, we're a research institute shaping the global agenda in AI futures, research, commercialization, safety, environment, society, and governance. Our Vector community comprises researchers, students, academic partners, companies of all sizes, including AI startups and scale-ups, and health institutions. And we're all collaborating to drive discovery, economic growth, and societal benefit, shaping the future of AI. And we couldn't do any of this without the generous and ongoing support of the federal government, the provincial government, and our corporate sponsors. Now, the Government of Canada since the establishment of the Pan-Canadian AI strategy, which was the first national AI strategy in the world, was committed to AI and understood the benefits to society as a competitive advantage. And that vision is really important, obviously, to Vector's ecosystem and community. And today, the Canadian government's vision continues. This is why I'm excited to be here to support the announcement with the Deputy Prime Minister, who will share more in a minute. But what honestly truly excites me is what is yet to come from this. And the future is in this room. In fact, right behind me. Because behind me are those who will imagine it, who will contribute to its creation, and will actually build it. So on that note, I'd like to ask the Honourable Chrystia Freeland, Deputy Prime Minister of Canada and Minister of Finance, to step up with her comments.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to give you a hug. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we need an AI podium that knows the height of the speaker and can adjust.
It's coming.
Okay, it's coming. Tony says it's coming. I certainly would benefit. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I am so absolutely thrilled and delighted to be here today to make a really, really important announcement. So thank you, everyone. Thanks to the journalists who are spending a Sunday covering this, but thanks even more to the truly brilliant researchers, the truly brilliant entrepreneurs who are here with us today. I am proud, I'm proud of you. I'm inspired by you. I'm so grateful that you're doing this work here in Canada. So let me start by acknowledging that we're gathered on the traditional territories of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabeg, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. I'm so glad to be home in Toronto today. We are in the community that I have the privilege of representing as a constituency MP. I am so glad to be here with the truly brilliant people at the Vector Institute. It was just so inspiring for me to have a chance to walk around and talk to some of the really smart researchers, some of the really brave entrepreneurs doing amazing things here. In just sort of half an hour, I had the chance to talk to people who are doing work supporting patients with heart disease, helping them to be healthier, to be less scared, not to have to go to the hospital, to live longer. And I was able to talk to a patient who is benefiting from that right now. How wonderful. I was able to talk to people who are working on figuring out when patients should be released from hospitals. And I've learned that some of that technology is being used right now. And it helps people not be released too early so that we don't die. Wonderful, amazing that that work is being done right here. I saw work being done so that robots can do chemistry experiments, freeing up researchers to think of those experiments. I saw some fantastic work being done on self-driving vehicles, self-driving trucks, some great work to help our utilities not have blackouts. So really, to everyone who is here, you are brilliant, you are inspiring, you are changing the world in terrific ways, and I'm just grateful to you for your time. I'm grateful to you for your work. And that's what I want to talk about. We are living in a pivotal moment for millennials and Gen Z. These young Canadians have so much talent and so much potential. They need to see and feel that our country can work for them, that the promise of Canada can still be reached. And we have a plan to help every generation of Canadians get ahead. Aujourd'hui, beaucoup de jeunes Canadiennes et Canadiens ont l'impression qu'ils sont au pied du mur. Ils ont beau obtenir un bon emploi et travaillent fort, mais trop souvent, la récompense demeure hors de portée. Ce que plusieurs parents et grands-parents ont, comme le confort et la sécurité, c'est ce que nous voulons pour nos enfants et nos petits-enfants. Nous voulons que leur travail acharné soit récompensé comme il a été pour nous. And that is why we are acting now to build a Canada that works for younger Canadians. A Canada where they can get ahead and where their hard work pays off. First, we're going to turbocharge the construction of new homes across the country. Second, we're going to make life cost less. And third, we're going to grow the economy in a way that is shared by everyone. Our country works best when our economy is growing and when more opportunities exist for every generation. To drive the kind of growth that will deliver prosperity for Canadians, we will use the budget I am tabling later this month to build on our efforts to increase investments, enhance productivity, and encourage game-changing innovation that will create well-paying, meaningful jobs and keep Canada at the global economic vanguard. Nous soutenons les industries innovantes pour veiller à ce que le Canada reste à la fine pointe des technologies de demain et qu'il bénéficie des bons emplois qui en découleront. Nous nous efforcerons de donner à un plus grand nombre de nos meilleurs entrepreneurs et innovateurs les moyens de concrétiser leurs idées ici, au Canada. Nous investissons pour que nos communautés soient des endroits où il fait bon vivre, travailler et élever une famille. Et nous allons travailler plus fort et en faire encore plus pour ouvrir de nouvelles possibilités de carrière pour les Canadiennes et les Canadiens. AI and the incredible opportunities it brings for the Canadian economy, for Canadian workers, is a key part of this effort. Since the 1990s, Canada has been a leader in artificial intelligence and deep learning. And that is thanks to innovators like the godfather of AI, Dr. Geoffrey Hinton, we've just heard about him, and Yoshua Bengio, as well as crucial early investments made by the Canadian government and provincial governments. We've heard about some of those from Tony a minute ago. But we can't rest on our laurels, and we know that. Today, we're seeing our allies, like the US, the UK, and France, make significant investments in their own AI ecosystems. We cannot, and we will not, take Canada's competitive advantage in AI for granted. We know that now is the time for us as a country to double down on AI, to make sure, with partners like the Vector Institute, like the brilliant people who are here with us today, now's the time to make sure that Canada stays in the lead. That's why I am truly, really pleased to announce that we will be creating a new $2 billion AI Compute Access Fund. Through this AI fund, we will invest in made-in-Canada compute infrastructure to help support AI businesses and researchers. Compute infrastructure refers to the hardware and software systems that are specifically designed to support AI technology, like machine learning and deep learning research, which the Vector Institute specializes in. Currently, most compute infrastructure is in other countries, which is a barrier for AI firms and researchers. Through the new AI Compute Access Fund, we're breaking through those barriers and ensuring that Canada is competitive in the global race to secure our AI advantage. Crucially, we're reducing Canada's reliance on privately owned computing outside of Canada. That comes with security risks. This investment in compute will encourage companies to invest and grow here in Canada, attracted both by our strong AI talent and research, which we so very clearly have here at the Vector Institute, and also by the underlying infrastructure that provides the backbone that literally powers this industry and this research. Our investment will help spur growth in AI in Canada, including in the building of data centers. For too long, these facilities have been built abroad. We want Canadian researchers and companies to be able to use Canadian supercomputers. When it comes to this work, Canada has many natural advantages. We have abundant and very clean electricity, and our government is investing to ensure we produce even more of it and that it is cleaner. We have skilled and experienced engineers to build the centers. We have the cold climate needed to help cool the supercomputers. We have the space to house these large facilities, and we are geographically close to the world's largest markets, which have vast data processing needs. This is an area where we can and must and will compete. Pour que le Canada soit une chef de file de l'intelligence artificielle, il faut aussi veiller à ce que l'IA soit adoptée dans tous les secteurs de l'économie, comme la santé, la fabrication et les petites entreprises. C'est pourquoi nous annonçons également un investissement de 350 millions de dollars pour accélérer l'adoption de l'intelligence artificielle dans toute l'économie canadienne. Of this $350 million investment, $200 million will go towards supporting the adoption of AI across critical sectors like healthcare, agriculture, and manufacturing. For example, healthcare workers could use AI to improve the accuracy and speed of diagnoses, something I learned about today, work that is happening right here, right now. $100 million of this same investment will go towards helping small and medium-sized enterprises in all parts of the economy introduce AI into their businesses so they can use it for things like research, product development, and testing, so they can become more productive, which will make it possible for them to pay their workers more. And $50 million will go towards protecting workers in industries where AI is having a big impact, like e-commerce, finance, and even journalism, through the Sectoral Workforce Solutions Program. The program will help workers learn new skills so that they can use AI to their advantage in their respective industries. Because we want AI, we need AI to be a tool that helps workers become more productive and therefore better paid, not something that displaces them. I know everyone here today agrees that the success of these investments depends on making sure that AI is used safely and responsibly. Our government's priority is to make sure AI is used in a way that improves productivity, creates great new jobs, and improves workers' lives by reducing repetitive tasks so they can focus on more challenging, more creative work. That's why we're investing $50 million to create a new Canadian AI Safety Institute. This institute will work to help Canada better understand and protect against the risks advanced AI systems could pose. These are really significant investments, Canada is staking our claim as a global leader in AI today and for years to come. We are building on really forward-looking investments this government has made, and we're doing even more because we know that this is an essential part of Canada's economic future. We're acting now and acting with purpose because the cost of inaction today would be borne chiefly by younger Canadians. We would be leaving them behind, and we will not. We simply cannot do that. Instead, we will help them realize the promise of Canada with a responsible plan that creates new career opportunities and grows the economy for every generation. This investment in AI is absolutely central to our economic plan to unlock the promise of Canada for young Canadians. Because to become more prosperous, we as a country need to become more productive. And AI is a powerful tool to do just that. And becoming more productive means higher salaries and more prosperity for everyone. Canada is a research leader in AI. Our government is investing to ensure that we are also a leader in cutting-edge AI companies and in AI adoption across the economy. This is an essential way to address our productivity challenge, and it builds on Canada's significant existing strengths. Notre gouvernement est entré en fonction en promettant de renforcer et d'élargir la classe moyenne. Nous avons tenu cet engagement en réduisant la pauvreté, en particulier chez les enfants et les personnes âgées, et en créant des millions de bons emplois pour les Canadiennes et Canadiens. Notre travail n'est pas terminé. Our renewed focus today is unlocking the door to the middle class for millions of younger Canadians. In all we do, we dedicate ourselves to making a better life within reach for our younger generations. Because that is what you deserve, that is what you have earned. And it's what your parents and grandparents want for you too. Thank you very much. I'm happy to answer your questions.
Okay, we'll now start the Q&A portion of today's event. It's one question, one follow-up. Just state your name and your outlet and who the question is for. Se passe en maintenant la question. Ce sera une question en suivi. Veuillez noter votre nom, votre média et pour qui la question. Merci.
Thank you, Clara Pasica, CBC. Thank you for all of this about AI. We have some questions about a different topic, Minister. So first, some Jewish people with family and friends taken as hostages by Hamas are gathered up the street this afternoon calling for the safe release of their loved ones. What do you say to those calling for Canada to do more to help get them released?
As the Prime Minister said today, Canada's priorities are to have the hostages released, to have a ceasefire, and for the humanitarian aid that people urgently need to be delivered. That is what we are working for every single day. And, you know, my heart, given your specific question, I have spoken to Canadians who had people they loved who were held as hostages. It's terrible. It's really heartbreaking. And of course, it's so important that all the hostages be released and that Canadians who have those incredibly painful personal connections to the hostages know that I think all Canadians support them and grieve with them.
A Palestinian group is calling for a two-way arms embargo, saying Canada buying or supplying arms to and from Israel is wrong. Where do things stand for Canada on arms to and from Israel, and what would it take for your position to shift it all there?
I have nothing new to announce, and I'll just say, as the Prime Minister said today, our priorities are a ceasefire, the release of hostages, and it's so important that humanitarian aid get through. People are suffering, people are dying.
Thank you. Next question, prochaine question. That concludes today's press conference. Je suis la conférence de presse.
Okay, I'm going to just say one thing to the journalists who are here, two things. So one, thank you very much for being here. I know that it is a Sunday, and it is such a beautiful day, maybe the most beautiful first day of spring for us all, so I appreciate your work. And if you get a chance, do please consider talking to some of the researchers and entrepreneurs who are here. They're incredibly impressive. I think the brain power that was on that floor that I walked through, I don't know, it could probably power. I struggle for the appropriate metaphor. Basically, they're incredibly brilliant, incredibly dedicated, incredibly creative, hardworking people who have come here on a Sunday. They are doing things that will transform the world, will transform our country. I am really proud of them. I'm proud they exist. And I really hope that we can together help them tell their stories to Canadians, because it is an incredibly optimistic, hopeful thing, the work they are doing. Thank you very much.